All right, let's do this. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting adventure in the Uper Farmer Cigar Garage Talks. How's everyone doing tonight? I'm doing actually fantastic. Went sledding with my kids today, had a great time doing that. My back and my leg held out really good. So it does kind of raise the question if I should have been exercising it more than nursing my injuries, which I don't know. Now that I'm getting older, I find myself thinking maybe I should be pushing myself more when I get hurt instead of taking it easy like I used to when I was younger. But time will tell. We'll see. For tonight, what do we got? Smoking, drinking. We have the beautiful, the wonderful Box Press Rebellion. Pretty good. Still a huge fan of American Viking. Again, a lot of that has to do with the fact that they are very good to public servants. But also, I'm enjoying their cigars. The box-pressed one was a good choice. Highly recommend it. The beer tonight, it's kind of a special one. It's the Arrogant Bastard Bourbon Barrel Aged. So, as many of you guys know, I am a huge, huge fan of Dragon's Milk, which is the same bourbon barreled aged. And this one usually is put right next to them. And it's one I've always kind of, I should try that one. And usually pass it off, don't grab it. But I decided to go for it. Kind of a lighter beer, actually, not a stout, more of a red. I've had a lot of bad experience with barrel age, so let's try this one. Well, harsh. Yeah, that barrel did not do any favors to that beer. It's not bad. I have had it on my wish list for a while as far as beers go. And wanted to try it. I don't know what it is. There are some beers that people are barrel aging that there's no reason for it. This kind of falls under that. Usually barrel age something to make it smoother, make it more palatable, and pull in some of those wood flavors. And that's not as harsh as some of the barrel aged beers I've had, but it's right up there. It doesn't do it any favors. I'd like to try it before it went into the barrel to see what it tasted like. So, not bad. I have had a few that I've been very tempted to dump out. This one I'll finish tonight. But had to knock it off the bucket list. Give it a whirl. A little more expensive than I want to spend for a beer, but I had to try it. So, again, this one doesn't do much for barrel-aged beers as they go. But I'm going to enjoy it. So tonight, what are we going to talk about? Well, what you don't know is I'm recording this video in the middle of February. Chances are, though, it's not going to actually be posted to the channel till about March, possibly even April, because I kind of have a good backlog of videos that I've pre-recorded. A lot of that has to do with the homeschool series that I put out there. And then also I found some spare time to record a quick bonus video on Saturdays. Usually I record these on Fridays, post them on Monday, but I found a couple of occasions where I could quickly record another video, and I've been taking advantage of that. So since I've had kind of a surplus of videos going, I've been looking at other stuff I've wanted to do with this channel and with my time. One is to make a couple of how-tos. Those might make it up there. I'm really trying to get that together. I have a lot more respect for people who do how-to videos. It is kind of a challenge. The challenge for me more is I do a lot of stuff that I could do a how-to video on that. But usually I want to get it done. So I go ahead and I do whatever it is, whether it's brewing based or home improvements based or whatever it might be, I just do the project so it's done. Then afterwards, I kind of kick myself like, oh, I should have done a video on that one. So I'm going to try and get better at that. No promises, though, because that is kind of tricky when I do projects. One, I don't like doing projects that I don't know the final result. So there are these vertical garden videos you can find all over the internet where people do these vertical PVC tube strawberries and stuff, and they'll show you how to make them, and they talk about how great they are. And in truth, they don't work great at all. And they never do a follow-up video. So I always want to do the project first, see how it goes, and then kind of report on it, say what I thought about it. The problem with that, one, some of these projects are ones that I only have a necessity to do with far and few in between. So I feel bad. I can't really repeat the project. And like I said, others I do so often that I just forget, I probably should do a quick little how-to. So I'm still going to work on that. There's a few how-to videos lined up coming up here that I've been working on, been thinking about, been actually saving the materials and the project stuff to do it. So that is coming. Now, what I do want to do, though, is something I haven't done in many, many, many years. I want to make some short movies. I used to make them. I had a lot of fun doing it. I enjoy producing. I enjoy acting. Enjoy the cinematography, the videography. Not very good at it, of course, but I enjoy it, and that's all that matters. The downside, of course, when I do these movies, a lot of them are going to be written, directed, produced, starring myself. Because I don't have a huge budget, of course. It's not like I can hire actors. Locally here, I don't have a ton of friends or companions who I could rope in to do a quick, short little film. And YouTube is very controversial about using children in films. The one I did with my daughter, I actually did a lot of research to make sure that it was cool to interview my own daughter, which I think I'm in the right, but with most things YouTube related, who knows. So I want to get back to that, though. Doing some short films, again, they're probably going to be written, produced, starring, video, all in one. I'm going to do the whole shooting match. I got some ideas for some fun short films, some one acts. I think it'll be pretty decent. I'm hoping that I can maybe find some other people to act in them, because I think it'd be neat to kind of do a little bit longer, a little bit more involved short films. I've always been interested in film, in videography, and a lot of that I've always written off as a side effect of my dyslexia, which is a topic I want to talk about here real soon, because I have some interesting views on dyslexia, being dyslexic. I don't know, want to throw out there into the ethos. But I've always had an issue with books. One, it's hard for me to get involved with a book. Mind you, I do read them. I more listen to them on tape, of course. Audible is wonderful. Not sponsored, of course, but throw it out there. If you are dyslexic, by the way, look into Bard Books. It's the Library of Congress will hook you up with basically free Audible books, audiobooks. Wonderful, wonderful service. Selection, a little on the narrow side, but you can find something to be interested in. But movies really are my books. My wife loves to read. I spend hundreds of dollars a year getting her books because she loves them so much. Paperbacks, of course, or hardcovers. None of those digital crap, she always says, because those aren't truly books. You got to be able to hold it, feel it, bend the pages, smell the pages, whatever else you do with them. And she'll get some, she picks out some very involved character development, very intense books, and then some romance novels, some real easy read, Just need a minute to get away from reality type books and educational books and reference books, and that's kind of how I look at movies. There are a lot of bad movies out there, I get that. But I usually gauge movies based on the intent. Michael Bay gets a lot of shit on because his movies are basically these hyper action flicks with, scantily clad women and big explosions. And there are some awesome parodies of if Michael Bay did the movie Up, showing explosions and gunfire and whatnot. But I don't watch Michael Bay for the plot and the story. I watch it for the action. I watch it to go, ooh, ah. I'm very good at suspension of disbelief in a movie. Nothing frustrates me more than listening to someone do a movie review, especially of a sci-fi movie, and they're all like, well, how could it be possible that someone could jump into different realities while maintaining the Boson-Higgins whatever complex and the fourth dimension and blah, 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 blah. Dude, it's a movie. It's not a movie that is designed to be thought-provoking and deep storyline. It's kind of like the romance novel. It's something to read while you're on the train, on the bus, pick up real quick, put down. It's there to serve a very direct purpose. So why not go into a suspension of disbelief? And I do love doing that, getting immersed into a movie. Shutting down my expectations of realities or of a movie. And just being there in the moment, trying to see what the director wanted me to see, the writer, the screenplay writer. What did he want me to get from this? And it could be nothing. It could be there's no depth or deeper meaning in the movie. And that's one of the horrible things, like with the Marvel movies and a few of the other big blockbuster movies where they talk about the Easter eggs and the deeper meaning. Quentin Tarantino is always accused of having a deeper meaning in his movies. Has you wondering, was that previous scene a continuity error? Or was it meant to actually have this deeper, parabolical meaning that brings in the essence that you never thought could possibly be there? That's great. Quentin Tarantino builds that into his films. I think he does it so he gets away with continuity errors. And that's fun. Sure, I get that. I think some people try to get too much deep meaning into a movie. And it does ruin it. To go to a movie, it's one of those things where, especially the first time you watch it, shut down your expectations. Don't live in what you want it to be. Live in what it is. Maybe it's a crappy movie that really has no plot, has no character development. Well, all right. It's still entertainment. You can still get the action. You can still get, the idea of the movie. What were they going for? The theme of the movie. Again, it might be like a romance novel. There's probably no romance novel out there that's going to change anyone's life and have you rethink and reevaluate your position in this universe, which is fine. It's just weird that movies, for whatever reason, people are holding to this much higher standard of their expectations. When why? It really is. Maybe they just wanted to do a fan service, where they just wanted to make a movie that was full of references that fans go, oh, I caught that, I caught that, I caught that. They really didn't want to get a lot of plot and character development. Maybe they, wanted to just make an action flick. A lot of Rambo movies. People are like, well, I went there for the story and I was depressed it didn't have one. What's the story? The guy shoots up the bad guy, regardless of who it is. That's why I went there. I wanted to see the action. I wanted to see the over-the-top, suspension of disbelief. Yes, no human could actually do the mega action. They get shot, break an arrow off, put some gunpowder in it, light it off, burn it through them. I don't watch it for reality. I don't want it to be real. I want it to be fantasy. I want to have to check out for me because that's why I watch movies. Now, granted, being a paramedic, I've seen horrible, horrible things that would give people nightmares. So I don't need a horror movie. Also, being a paramedic, I've seen things that have made me laugh. To this day, I can still think about it and just laugh because it's so funny and crazy and it's real life. As a paramedic, I've seen stuff that's made me just weep with heartfelt emotion, whether that's honest sadness or a beautiful moment that I got to capture and see for real. If I want that, I'm going to go out and experience it. When I watch a movie, I don't want that. I want the break from reality. I want to be in that moment. And that's what I love about movies. Now, unfortunately, a lot of movies today have gone this weird direction of becoming hyper political, where we have to have this conversation about society and social issues. That is the bigger travesty. That I can't stand, having these political commentaries. Now, granted, there's some like Night of the Living Dead, beautiful political commentary of the time, but it was subtle. It's not slap you in the face. Every scene is trying to explain out like police brutality or feminism or racism or a lot of directors are now slapping you in the face with that. When stuff like Night of the Living Dead did political commentary. George Romero is a beautiful, beautiful director, producer, writer to put that social commentary in his movie, but it's subtle. And it's, you got a good whatever you came for, whether it's action, whether it's blood, guts, and gore. But that social commentary is there. It's just a bit, just a touch that you can gravitate upon. Even as it is, the Night of the Living Dead, the scenes, the two scenes that really kind of show you that social commentary is where the black guy tells a white guy what to do and he slaps a white woman. It was talking about racism. It was talking about segregation. It was talking about the themes that were going on when he made that movie. Now, he didn't have to throw it in people's faces and have big, long soliloquies where we basically bluntly state these situations. One of them that does that is the, was it Triple X State of the Union? Kind of threw that in your face and slapped you with it, that, about, again, their commentations about racism and about discrimination, which is great to have in movies, but it slapped you in the face. It's like, why can't it be subtle? Why can't it be these small nods that makes you really think? Again, I still watched Triple X State of the Union and watched it for what it was, an action flick, an over-the-top, shoot 'em up, suspension of disbelief where you're trying to follow who's actually the bad guy, who's the good guy, who actually died, who actually lived. So I did enjoy it, but as far as like the deeper message, because I will watch them for the deeper message. I'll watch them for the Easter egg. I'll watch them for the controversy and pick up on that. That's not usually the first time I watch it. I don't do that. I want a very raw, very get lost in the movie without overthinking it. But a lot of these ones, they slap you in the face with it, which is unfortunate. Honestly, I've always been a fan of B movies and short movies. My YouTube playlist, my personal playlist, is filled with short films made by creators. I believe that's just the epitome of art. Some of these ones are amazing. The stories they build in, the action they build in, the timing, the references, the cliches, the message they're trying to get across in sometimes under 10 minutes. There's some amazing short films out there. Of course, I'll never have one that actually is that good. Because again, I'm not very good at making movies. I just enjoy doing it. Like a lot of things, there's a lot of different things I enjoy doing. I'm not good at baseball. If any of you guys ever see me play baseball, I love the game baseball. I love playing it. I love the idea of it. I suck really bad at it. I'm really bad at baseball. I remember my baseball coach when I went through, little league and the minors and the majors and whatnot, and worked my way through. I played all through high school. Not in a high school team, of course. These were the community teams. I'll never forget the one coach we had. I played for him for like 3 years or something. He looked at me and he said, "Trevor, you love the game. You're dedicated. You're out here to play and to win. You got great spirit." He said, "But you are going to live in right field because you're not that great." He tried. He really did. He tried putting me in first base 'cause I'm a tall guy. I'm a long guy. He figured I could stretch and make the plays. I didn't. Put me as a shortstop because he figured that I'd have the ups to jump and grab the ball, and I knew the strategy, where to run, who to back up, who to throw the ball to, which I did. I knew all that, but I'm not that great at baseball. My wife kicks my butt in it. She's really good at softball and baseball, and but I enjoyed playing it. I really loved being in the game, in the moment, but I wasn't good at it. So he told me, he says, "You're going to live in right field." He's like, "If I could just imprint your love of the game and your enthusiasm to the other players, we'd have an all-star team that would go to the Nationals." He said, "Unfortunately, your skill does not match your enthusiasm," which I was fine with. I'd keep playing baseball, knowing that I'm not good at it. I just enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I see the same with movies and cinematography. I just really enjoy cinematography. I enjoy making movies. I enjoy watching movies. Like I said, I'm going to make some short films coming up here. Again, they're not going to be good. There won't be any award winners. Who knows? Up here in the UP, there's a couple of film festivals. I might enter them in to the film festivals just because I can. It costs all a few bucks. I think I can scrap some expensive beer for some cheaper beer and easily pay for the entry fee. I know I'll lose. I'll know I'll get last place. They won't even give me a participation award. But I'll have fun doing it. I'll enjoy the process. Ooh, that one came back with a bite. And that's fine with me. Again, do what you enjoy, whether you're good at it or not. Because it's all about finding that little chunk that makes you happy. Again, this YouTube channel, I'll keep plugging away at it. I highly doubt it'll get any serious views. I doubt it'll ever get to the, Silver Award that YouTube gives you for 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, right. If I ever get more than 1,000, I don't know, I'll run a sweepstakes and give away $1,000 because that'll be impressive for me, honestly. But I enjoy it. I enjoy sitting out here in the garage, pontificating into the microphone, putting it online. So it's there in the ethos. It lives out there. Again, this is fun for me. I enjoy it. And as the few people who do watch these videos know, I'm not very good at it. The statistics and analytics on the videos prove that to me, which I'm cool with. That's fine. You get about 10 minutes in and you really wish it had been a 5-minute video, so I get that. Because that's fine. I don't do it for views. I'm not doing this to potentially one day retire and just make YouTube videos. One, it would not be good for my health. Yeah, once a week cigars. Yeah, my wife would love me to quit, and I can't blame her for that. But I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I sit out here. I look forward to my Friday recording of these videos. So I think I'm going to do some short films. I'm trying to get a good little stockpile, maybe do 2 or 3 of them. I don't know. It's again tricky. It's going to star me, produce me. I'm the writer, executive producer, yada yada yada. Which is difficult. Shooting your own videos can be challenging, but I'm willing to do it because again, I find it fun. Again, they're not going to be very good. I don't expect them to win any awards, but I probably will enter them into a couple of film festivals just to say that I did. Add that to my resume, if nothing else. I don't mind people critiquing my work and seeing what they think. So hopefully, again, you're probably going to see this video in April, maybe March. I'm guessing more in the April range. So maybe, who knows? We'll put out some post-Easter videos, some little short movies, 10 minutes if I'm lucky, maybe 5 to 10 minute long videos. Maybe I'll get to 20, who knows? I got a couple of scripts written up. Again, nothing great. Written by me, written by a dyslexic. So there'll be spelling errors, of course, which is okay because it'll be also starring me, which I know what I wrote. Maybe one day I'll get some actors, some actual actors in there. I have a plan for that. Might cost $1 or $2. Might have to pay them, at least buy them some dinner, maybe, and some beer. Maybe that's what I'll name it. I'll name it the Dinner and Beer Studios. Because if you're going to come act for me, you're going to get dinner and beer out of some good dinner. We'll make some homemade stuff. Maybe fry up some goat meat or some venison. Make some delicious pizzas and have a couple of home brews. Not this crap. Unless they request it, who knows? Then I might splurge and buy some expensive beers. So if you're interested, starring in a movie, although the people who usually watch these ones, you're quite throughout the country. Who knows? We'll see what happens, right? It's all an experiment. And honestly, it's all about just having fun. Go out there, have fun. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's crappy, you did it. And it's fun. Enjoy the experience. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'll be looking for the April release of the Yooper Farmer and his dinner and beer productions. I think it'll be fun. Maybe it'll be the first one. I'll make some movie about making dinner and drinking beer. We'll see how it goes. Anyhow, hope you all are staying healthy, staying safe, enjoying this content, and we will talk to you later.